Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to focus on what happened last night at the 94th annual Oscars, right? This channel is not only going to be focusing on spades and playing spades, but also Black innovators and Black innovation. And last night there were a lot of historic firsts when it comes to the Oscars. Will Packer was the first Black man to produce it. And there were a lot of amazing things there. It was very diverse. But of course, I want to talk about the slap heard around the world, right? So, um, let's get into it. So, Will Smith and Chris Rock are both amazing entertainers. Let me start there, okay? Um, Will Smith, came on the scene when he was a teenager. I believe he was 18 years old when he put out his first Grammy Award winning album, Parents Just Don't Understand, which was really fun. And, that's back when he was the Fresh Prince with, DJ Jazzy Jeff. And it was amazing. He was young, and Summertime was a big hit as well. Then he went on to make The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, the TV show, one of the greatest shows in history. He turned that into, becoming a huge movie star with Independence Day, Men in Black, so on and so forth, right? So he's been entertaining us for decades. Chris Rock came through Saturday Night Live. He was a comedian on there. Then he branched out, did stand up, and he, created documentaries such as Good Hair, and he became a megastar as well. So there's history between Chris Rock and Will Smith. In 2016, that's when Will and Jada Pinkett Smith, his wife, boycotted the Oscars. There was a movement called Oscars So White. There wasn't a lot of diversity being promoted. Jada had felt like Will was snubbed, and Chris Rock was hosting. And during that time, Chris Rock really, was hurling insults and, zingers at Jada. So fast forward 2 years, 2018, Jada now comes public. She makes her health issues about alopecia and her hair falling out public. And she is transparent enough to be open about, her struggles and things like that. And I commend her for that. I know that wasn't easy. Like Willow, Jada and Will's daughter, even shaved her head in solidarity with her mother, to support her during her health issues. So it's just, I guess, I don't know. The whole situation is really unfortunate because these people are so talented. Jada, has been an actress for a very long time as well. She came on the scene back in the 80s, in a or yeah, one of the my favorite sitcoms when I was growing up, called A Different World. And she was such a talent. And then she went on to do movies, Set It Off and The Nutty Professor, and Jada was in a lot of movies as well. Now that I think about it, she's a star in her own right. A Low Down Dirty Shame is one of my favorites. Her character Peaches. But yeah, so she's really, transparent about her struggles with her hair loss. And now that I think about it, the Crown Act was recently passed by Congress that, stopped discrimination from, uh, as a result of Black women wearing our hair naturally. And, it's supposed to stop discriminatory practices against Black women for our hair, because our hair has been so politicized, not only in the US, but all around the world. And so, anyway, The fact that it's called the Crown Act, our hair is seen as our crown and glory. And, that's in the Bible. And so, and Chris Rock knows this because he produced and created a whole documentary on hair. It was called, quote unquote, Good Hair. That's the title of his documentary. So last night, I'm not understanding why Chris Rock felt the need to, take a cheap shot at Jada. He wasn't even a host. The three hosts were Regina Hall, Wanda Sykes, and Amy Schumer. Chris was just presenting an award, I think, for the documentaries, actually. But what he said last night was, he looked at Jada and he said, G.I. Jane 2, I love you, Jada, and I can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2, is what he said. In regards to reference to Demi Moore when she shaved her head for the movie G.I. Jane, where, she was playing the first female Navy SEAL. So it was a cheap shot. I don't know if he knew that she had alopecia. But like I said, she's been really vocal and transparent about it since 2018. So, and for what I understand, I've actually heard it on good faith that joke that Chris made, was not in the script. Because usually the comics, the comedians, their jokes are pre-approved by the Academy before, and they're on the teleprompter, they're scripted. But Chris, for some reason, and I'm thinking it was have to do with like their history, his history with the Smiths, but he went off script. And initially, when Chris Rock said that, Will Smith kind of laughed it off, like he laughed. But then he looked at Jada's face and he saw how hurt she was. So he walks up to Chris and he smacks him really hard. Then he turns around and he walks back to his seat. And everybody was stunned. Then he says, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. Not once, but twice. Really, really loudly. And, my mouth dropped open. So I was looking like, Tia Lowry right there, just like my mouth open. A lot of people, they said that it was, you could hear a pin drop, or like Lupita, her expression. I definitely could relate to that because it's sad when you see such talented people. And Will is 53 years old and Chris Rock is 57. You see such talented people going through such difficult things on such a public stage, public forum. 52 million viewers on ABC network television saw Will assault this man. And, the internet right now is divided. There's half the people on my timeline saying, good job for Will. He stood up for his wife. The other half is saying, violence is unacceptable. It was a poor joke or poor taste on Chris Rock's part, but it shouldn't have been met with such, hardship and violence from Will Smith. So I think, to be honest, both of them were wrong. I think that there's healing that needs to take place. I know Will said that he was in therapy, which is really good. And Chris Rock is also, I believe, to be in therapy. I know Chris Rock said he recently just found out that he was autistic, which is very interesting. So I'm glad that he is, learning more about himself and, his own journey and, self-discovery. And yeah, man, I really want our community to heal because there's so much trauma. Will Smith recently wrote a book and he said that he felt like he was a coward when he was younger because he saw his father abuse his mother physically and that, he couldn't stand up for her. So I feel like this is him, maybe standing up for, his wife now. But yeah, they were both wrong. Will, and it's funny because he has been such um a big part of our lives as an entertainer, a rapper, an actor, and I can't ever remember him being in this type of trouble. Like the Academy said that they were going to, do a formal investigation on, you know, Will Smith and his code of conduct in regards to him winning the Oscar. Because not even a half an hour after he smacked Chris, he won the Oscar. So for Best Actor, in his role in King Richard. So, you know, I I really hope that they both heal. I really truly do. I hope that, Lupita is me, my my face. I was looking like, oh my goodness, what's going on? And Jada, I hope that she, you know, things turn around for her health wise. I really do wish them all health and healing. Life is too short. You know what I mean? Um, it really truly is. Life is short, and you want to be surrounded by, those you love, those that love you. But we got to find a way to convey our pain in other ways other than violence. I mean, we do, because at the end of the day, Chris Rock, he chose not to press charges. The LAPD, the Los Angeles Police Department, said that they asked Chris if he wanted to press charges against Will Smith. He said no. I commend him for that, because I feel like he did taunt his wife, his family, from that cheap shot. So yeah, I really truly hope that there is healing, and we can come together as a community and come together stronger. And maybe one day, Will and Chris can look back on this and see that, that they can grow from this, because they're in their 50s. I mean, life is short. We don't have all the time in the world. So, anyway, you guys drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you saw it on social media, and I want to hear your thoughts. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.